Okay, this is the DOM RS8. This is a rather some very interesting lock. First of all, I can't gut this because I don't have a key for it. This is keyless, so I can pick it, but sadly I can't really gut it. So this lock is a rather interesting lock. It has main 5 stacks, 5 pin stacks, and it has 3 side pins, but this is not a usual side pin sidebar associated lock. This just has side pins, literally. It does not have a sidebar. The side pins are literally drilled here. So it's actually a pin stack. It has a key pin and a driver pin on this part as well. So let's say we can say that this has a total of 8 pin stacks, but 5 is the main and 3 is the side. So technically this is not a dual mechanism lock like those ones with main stack pins and sidebar side pins. This is just a pin tumbler, but in a very weird way. Now the keyway is kinda wacky. It has this wording piece over here. This does not have any holes, so we kinda can't get through it. So we have to either go to the bottom and like a little bit angled, like we can go this way, or we can just pick from this little shell wording part over here. And I'm going to be picking on this wording piece over here, just like that. This gives me better reach and control over all the lock. Doing this is way too much hassle to go through. This wording piece is actually really annoying. It's very protruding into the keyway, so I prefer not to. Even if we pick off from this wording, this lock is still kind of paracentric, so I'm going to be using 0.4 millimeter picks. This is the multi-pick. This is the V7. This is the V7, and I'm also going to be using this deeper one. This is also 0.4 millimeters. This is the V5. I have some like high lift speed behind the low lift, so I'll have to be using this pick as we go through. Now the side pins are at this part, and you can't put a pick in. So either you use something like a half diamond or a flag. For me personally, I found the multi-pick flag 11 works very well on the angle that I use. So I'm going to be using this as the side pin tool. And for the tensioner, we're going to be using the 32,000s top of the QA tensioner. Now, because of the way that this lock is made and the holes are drilled, if you tension counterclockwise, the main stack pins will bind first. On the contrary, if you tension it clockwise, the 3 side pins are going to bind first. They kinda isolate, but you do have to go back and forth and do some ping pongs. It doesn't really isolate that clearly. You end up just poking everything until it's set. The main stack pins are typical DOM driver pins, the ones like spools, barbell pins, and a little bit of tapering, stuff like that. Okay, then let's start picking. I'm going to just go through all the pin stacks with minimal tension. Fine for the binder. I think 1 is fine, 2 is fine, I think 3 is binding, I'm not sure. 5, I think 5 is just set. 4, I think is set. Let's poke again. 1, 2, 3 might be binding, I'm not sure. 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. I think 4 is binding right now. Let's see if we lift this. Okay, I think 4 is set right now. Let's keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I think 5 is binding. Yep, 5 is set. This feels like a very low lift pin. Back to the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. 4 is kind of binding hard. This feels like a high lift. 5 is jiggly. 1, oh, 2. Little click from 2. 3, 4. I think 4 is binding. Let me use the deep hook for actual checking. 1, 2. Yeah, I think 2 had a click. 1, 2, 3, 4. Little click on 4. 5. The keyway is very crammed and the low lifts are really low lifts, so I think 5 is a very low lift pin and I can't actually test it like this. I have to feel it like using the pick as a flag of motion. It's really hard to manipulate. At least it's not on the middle pins like 2 or 3, which if happened, it's going to be a little bit tricky. I think 2 had a click. 3 is binding now. 1, 2. Yeah, 3 is definitely binding now. Let me use the deep hook. This is tricky. 1, 2. 2 seems fine. 3 might be set. 4. Okay. Little click on 4. 5 seems pretty loose. Let me poke the side pins just in case. Yeah, no, I don't think they're binding yet. Let's work on the main pins again. 1, 2. Oh, a little click from 2, and I got a little bit of core rotation. 3 also. 4, 5. Deep hook. 1. 1 is probably a spool. This is not binding at all. A high lift spool or something like that. 2 might be binding, but I'm not sure. 3 seems fine. So is 4. We got a little core rotation. Let's check the side pins again, just to be sure. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, no, this feels all jiggly. Still not binding. 2, 3, 4, 5. Is this form 4 or 3? Which one is it? Two is binding, I think. I'm not sure. Let's skip for now. What about 3? 1, 2. Back with the medium hook. 1. This is 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Something's binding, I can't find it. This is 2. Is it 3? Or 4? 4, little click from 4. 5, back to 4. It's hard to mistake a wording piece as a pin, so I have to be careful when testing stuff. 4 seems fine. 3, 1. Oh, 2 is definitely binding. Okay. I'm pretty sure. Okay. Oh, see, 2 was binding. We got pretty faucet. Let's see. 2 feels like it's still binding. Is it a spool? Now that I'm not sure. I'll skip 2 for now. What about 3? Oh, I feel counter rotation on 3. A little bit more lift. Okay, I think 3 was a spool and it's set. I felt a little bit of core rotation after that counter rotation. Seems set. 2 feels as 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now we got some significant core rotation compared to before, so some side pins should bind now. The problem is that I am not good at manipulating these side pins. I think I just set 1, but I am not sure. This is 3. I think I said it, or I did not. I think I said 1, so let's check the main stack again. 2, 3, 4, 5. The deep hook. 1, 2 seems fine. 3, 3. This 3 I think is fine. 4 seems fine. 5, I'm not sure. Let's see 5. 5 might be binding a little bit. I can't tell with the deep hook. I'm not sure. I can't risk it. It's probably the side pins. I have to work on them. 1 is most likely set. I think I said it. I think I said 1 and 3. 2. 2, I'm not sure. Might be set, might not be set. Let's check on the central stacks again. Ooh, okay. 1 is now binding. I think I'm going to need a debug. This This must be a very high lift spool. This is binding at the very last. Yep, counter rotation. Let's hope we do not drop any pins. Don't slip off from the pin. No, don't slip off. Okay, one is definitely set. Let's see. Other pins. 4 seems fine. 3, 2, 1. Okay, 1 is set. Possibility is that these side pins, some of the side pins dropped. Must be the case. I think 1 dropped. Yup, false set again. There we go. 1 and 2 dropped, and I set them. We got the open. There we go. It's a little bit tricky lock, but because of the keyway and typical DOM pins, which they require a lot of tapers and a lot of tapping and no oversetting. It's cut like this, and while I could try to like remove this clip while holding this unlocked position and try to gut it, I mean I could, but it's way too much hassle. I do not want to go through. But anyways, the lock is now picked. Just like that. I think I spoke basically everything about this lock while picking. The drivers of the side pins are those DOM type mushroom pins that you can find on the double row IX series, like the IX10. They are somewhat resembling of the shark key pins. These 3 key pins, they're kind of shaped like V shaped, so it could be kind of hard to get a flag under it, but the amount of lift you need is basically in this small place, so you really gotta just find a binder, put a tool under it, and give a slight counter rotation while lifting it, and the pin should set itself. You don't really need like a tool that can lift high. This small flag was able to do the work, so you can see you don't need really fancy tools for this weird funny lock. Also, while I did use this 32,000 bar, this top of the keyway is shaped very weird, and using the tensioner like this could worn out the keyway and it could feel unstable. So another tip is that you can find some wiper blade, and this part you can kind of like match the width of this part and use a one-ended wiper insert and try to tension off the lock from this wide cutout part. This also works if you have a wiper blade that fits this diameter, I mean with it. If you do, it's going to be much more easier to control the core, but for me it was just easier to use the TOK bar over here. Side pins, tensioner, yeah, I think it's done for this lock and this video.